You've probably been in this situation before. There's this woman in your life, maybe a coworker, a friend, or that girl you see at the gym. Something about her energy around you feels different, but you can't quite put your finger on it. She seems to like you, yet at the same time, she's hiding it. And let me tell you right now, women are masters at this. We've been socialized for centuries to disguise our true feelings, to hold back, to test men without even consciously realizing we're doing it. So when you feel like she's interested but pretending otherwise, you're not crazy. You're picking up on signals most men overlook. The difference between the man she thinks about and the man she forgets is whether he understands how to read those signals. That's what I'm here to break down for you. This is female psychology, raw and unfiltered. By the end of this video, you're going to understand the hidden signs a woman likes you but is trying not to show it. And more importantly, you're going to see how to respond like a man who values himself, his time, and his energy. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because every week I bring you lessons that will sharpen your mind, toughen your mind. 1. Her energy shifts around you. Let me give it to you straight. A woman can fake her words, but she cannot fake her energy. When a woman secretly likes you, her entire presence changes when you walk into the room. She might not tell you, she might not even look directly at you, but her body betrays her. Watch closely and you'll notice her voice softening ever so slightly, her posture shifting to be more open, her eyes darting toward you when she thinks you won't catch it. She'll laugh a little louder when you're near, as if her body is trying to magnetize you without her mind's permission. But here's where most men fail. They assume these subtle shifts mean it's time to chase harder, to lean in, to try and crack the code instantly. That's the wrong move. The right move is to do what the Stoics taught: observe without attachment. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." What he's saying is timeless. Your power lies not in forcing outcomes, but in mastering your awareness and your response. So instead of being blinded by excitement, anchor yourself. Notice her energy shift, but don't react like a man who's starving for attention. React like a man who is full, who doesn't need to consume her validation to feel whole. Ask yourself this: if a woman's energy lights up around you, why is she hiding it in the first place? Sometimes it's fear. Sometimes it's her ego. Sometimes it's a test to see if you'll chase. And here's the mind-blowing part. Her attraction is real, but her respect for you depends on whether you can stay calm in the storm of her signals. You want her to reveal more. Show her that you're not desperate to uncover it. 2. She gives you resistance while staying close. Now this one confuses almost every man alive. You're probably thinking, if she likes me, why is she giving me pushback? And here's the truth. Women often hide their interest behind resistance. She'll disagree with you playfully. She'll tease you. She'll even put up small walls. But notice something critical. She doesn't leave. She stays close. That's not rejection. That's a dance. Imagine it like a flame. You don't throw yourself on top of a fire. You warm your hands near it. Women instinctively create this back and forth to protect themselves while also revealing their interest. And if you're wise, you won't see her resistance as a barrier, but as a sign that she cares about how you respond. Epictetus said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When she gives you resistance, that's life testing you. Are you going to get offended, sulk, or lash out? Or are you going to smile, stand firm, and meet her resistance with masculine composure? Here's an example. Let's say you invite her to grab coffee and she replies, "Oh, you think you can just buy me coffee and win me over?" Most men panic or backpedal. The strong man laughs lightly and says, Coffee doesn't win anyone over. My company does. That's power. That's control. And she feels it. Resistance isn't rejection. It's confirmation that she cares enough to test you. And if she's testing you, it's because she feels something she's trying not to show. Here's the question you need to sit with. Do you crumble when life gives you resistance? Or do you rise? Because the way you handle her is the way you handle the world. And trust me, she's watching for that answer every second you're around her. 3. Her silence speaks volumes. Most men are terrified of silence. They rush to fill every gap with words, jokes, explanations, anything to keep the energy alive. But here's the thing. Silence is one of the clearest signs a woman likes you, especially when she's trying not to show it. If you're talking with her and she suddenly goes quiet, pay attention. That silence isn't emptiness. It's loaded. Maybe she's thinking about how to respond without revealing too much. Maybe she's fighting the urge to let her feelings spill. Maybe she's simply soaking in your presence. Women don't get quiet for no reason. Silence can be her subconscious screaming, "I feel something, but I don't want him to see it yet." And this is where so many men blow it. They panic. They think they're boring her, so they scramble to win her back with too much energy. What they don't realize is this: silence is your ally. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If her silence lingers, it's because her thoughts are coloring her soul in your presence. Don't rush to break it. Hold your ground. Let the silence breathe. This does two things. It shows her you're not afraid of tension, and it forces her to fill the gap with more of her truth. Ask yourself this: are you the kind of man who can sit in silence with a woman without losing confidence? Because silence is where attraction grows roots. The man who can master silence is the man she cannot forget. 4. She mirrors you without realizing it. This one is powerful because it's biological. Attraction hardwires the body to mirror the person we're drawn to. If she likes you but is trying to hide it, her words may not say it, but her body will. Pay attention to the little things. When you lean back, does she lean back? When you take a sip of your drink, does she reach for hers? When you cross your arms, does she soon follow? This unconscious mirroring is one of the strongest giveaways of hidden attraction. It's like her body is confessing what her mind is too afraid to admit. And here's the kicker: she won't even realize she's doing it. Men who ignore these signals miss golden opportunities. But men who notice and remain calm gain power. Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Stop imagining whether she likes you or not. Observe her. Watch the evidence her own body is giving away. Here's the test. Next time you're with her, subtly change your position. See if she follows. If she does, you don't need words to tell you what's already true. But don't misuse this knowledge. The goal isn't to pounce or to manipulate. The goal is to stand firm in your value. Remember, she's mirroring you because your presence is shifting her energy. If she tries to hide it with her words but her body betrays her, she's already fighting a battle with herself. The real question is, will you need her validation to confirm it? Or can you stand strong knowing you're already the man she can't help but respond to? 5. She invests small pieces of herself. This one is subtle, but it's huge. When a woman likes you but doesn't want to admit it, she'll start investing in small, almost invisible ways. Maybe she remembers details you mentioned weeks ago. Maybe she shares something vulnerable about her childhood, her dreams, or her struggles. Maybe she makes little efforts, sending you a funny video, asking for your opinion, or finding excuses to be around you. To most men, these small gestures slip by unnoticed. But to a man with eyes open, They're clear signs of deeper interest. Why? Because women don't invest in men they don't care about. We conserve our energy. We guard our emotions. If she's giving you pieces of her time, her attention, or her story, it's because you matter more than she's letting on. Here's where philosophy ties in. Epictetus taught, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Apply that to relationships. Her small investments are wealth. They're rare, they're valuable, and they reveal where her desire is pointing. But here's the trap. If you chase too hard, you'll devalue her investment. Instead, meet her halfway. Recognize the gesture without clinging to it. Let her invest at her own pace. The stronger you stand in your independence, the more she'll find herself giving. So ask yourself this. Are you blind to the small ways she's already investing in you? Or are you awake enough to see that her hidden actions speak louder than her guarded words? Because the man who sees clearly is the man who leads the dance. 6. She finds reasons to cross paths with you. A woman who's secretly interested in you will often accidentally end up where you are. Maybe she suddenly starts showing up to the gym at the same time you do. Maybe she just happens to linger near your desk at work. Maybe she keeps appearing at social gatherings you attend, even though she swears she wasn't planning to be there. These aren't coincidences. They're calculated risks she takes to feel your presence without openly admitting her attraction. Think about it. If she truly didn't care, she'd avoid wasting her time around you. But when she goes out of her way to put herself in your orbit, that's effort. That's interest. And yet, she'll disguise it as casual. She'll say things like, "Oh, I didn't even realize you'd be here." But deep down, she knew. The key here is not to confront her about it. The key is to simply observe. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, the secret of all victory lies in the organization of the non-obvious. This is exactly that. Victory in relationships doesn't come from chasing what's obvious. It comes from noticing what others overlook. So when she finds reasons to be around you, recognize it as a quiet admission. Then ask yourself, do you honor your own value enough to let her come to you? Or are you still so desperate that you chase the very thing already moving in your direction? The man who waits with strength will always be more attractive than the man who rushes with neediness. 7. She protects her image around you. This one is subtle, but it's the final giveaway. When a woman likes you and doesn't want to show it, she becomes hyper-aware of how she presents herself. She fixes her hair when you're near. She adjusts her clothes. She suddenly becomes careful with her words, cautious about how she's being perceived. And sometimes she'll even do the opposite. She'll act colder, tougher, less emotional, just to hide how much she feels. Both are rooted in the same truth. She cares how you see her. If she didn't care, she wouldn't bother. Here's where you need to be wise. Don't mistake her guarded image as disinterest. Understand it for what it is, a shield. Women use shields when they're afraid of vulnerability, when the attraction is strong, but their pride or fear holds them back. This is why Seneca's wisdom still matters today. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. For a woman to show you her feelings, it requires courage she may not be ready to display. So she hides, she masks, she pretends. But beneath the surface, her energy tells the real story. And here's the mind-blowing question. If she's this invested in managing her image around you, isn't that already proof you've left a mark on her? Think about it. The people who don't matter to us never inspire us to change our behavior. But when you matter, everything shifts. The lesson for you is this: don't chase her shield. Don't try to rip it away. stand as the man whose presence alone makes her want to lower it in time. That's where attraction transforms into respect. A woman's silence, her resistance, her small investments, her hidden presence. They're all clues, but they mean nothing if you can't master yourself. The real power isn't in decoding her psychology. It's in commanding your own. Women are drawn to men who don't flinch in the face of mystery, who don't crumble under resistance, who don't need constant validation to feel strong. If you take anything from this, let it be this. Stop chasing clarity outside of yourself. Stand firm in who you are and let her signals reveal themselves naturally. That's how attraction works. That's how respect is built. So subscribe if you're ready to sharpen your masculinity, claim your power, and never again miss the signs a woman is showing you. And come back next time. Because the truth is, understanding women isn't just about them. It's about mastering yourself.